Hello, my name is Neil Schur and I'm a shareholder in Anderson Kill's Philadelphia office. Your contracts may include a provision known as a force majeure clause that may prevent you or the other party from being penalized for something that is not their fault or your fault. Force majeure is simply a French term for superior force. Before the pandemic, parties usually claimed force majeure when they were unable to perform their contractual obligations due to acts of God, natural disasters, riots, war, terrorist acts, civil commotion, governmental acts or omissions, changes in law or regulation, and national strikes, fires, explosions, or generalized lack of availability of raw materials or energy. The pandemic has led many businesses to focus anew on their force majeure clauses or add them to their contracts as a standard provision. The party claiming force majeure bears the burden of proving causation and that it gave the required notice. Many claims fail because they cannot establish these seemingly basic proofs. The party claiming force majeure must also establish that the event at issue was not foreseeable, even though that requirement is rarely included in the contract language itself. Courts often require that the event at issue be listed as a triggering event in the clause, or at least be the same type of event as those that are listed. Most force majeure clauses also contain what's known as a catch-all clause, but courts tend to construe those narrowly. If your contract does not contain a force majeure clause, a party may be able to argue it should be excused from performance by the common law doctrines of impossibility, impracticability, or frustration of purpose. These doctrines are similar to force majeure. You also want to consider, or may want to consider, modifying the force majeure clauses in all of your contracts going forward, or adding such a clause. Think about either adding a broader or narrower force majeure clause to your contracts or those of your client, depending on your needs and circumstances. If you are seeking a broader clause, consider identifying pandemics, the COVID-19 pandemic, public health crises, unavailability of raw materials, government, shutdowns, such as triggering events. Please contact me if you have questions or claims related to non-competes or force majeure clauses, or wish to discuss these issues further. Thank you.